everyone. So in this video, we are going to start learning some basics of strings operation in Python. Again, I'm revisiting the page that we had on the first day where we asked ChatGPT to show us a curriculum for 30 days to learn Python. So I will be linking the detailed response that I got from ChatGPT at the end of this video or in the description below. But basically, it would be best if you can ask a similar query and form a curriculum for yourself, which is making sense for you with the timeline that you have. And then you can use that curriculum to ask specific questions to help with the coding journey, which is customized for yourself. So, since we are learning the strings and basic operation today, I will be asking a follow-up query to ChatGPT, which shows me how I could start learning these things if I was a beginner. But before we get that, I want to also mention that this is another helpful website where you could go to learn all these concepts because there are some step-by-step practice sets given on this link as well. So we'll later on visit this link. For now, let's get started with asking the follow-up question. So as always, we'll just copy the same response from ChatGPT and form a question around it. So, hi, I am trying to learn, and then I'm pasting strings and basic operations in Python. And then we say, can you help me? And then basically I'm just gonna leave it as is. Can you help me? And then learn string operations like concatenation, slicing, and methods. So that's all the question I'm gonna ask for today. And let's see what response it provides me. So one more thing, if you noticed, it says over here memory updated. So it's basically because I've logged into ChatGPT with my account, it'll keep a track of what questions I'm asking. And I find this very helpful because when it's giving me a response, it'll always give me a response based on my previous questions. So it won't be like a random response, it'll be more directed towards the topics that I am interested in. And here is what it explains to me. So, what is a string? It is a sequence of characters in closed quotes. So, it can be single or double quote, but I generally like to use the double quote because that's a standard for most coding languages. Then it shows me how to do string concatenation, which is how to add two strings together. So here is a small practice question where we are adding the first name followed by a space followed by a last name and then we print that full name. So let's just practice this code quickly together. So I have created a new file for practicing strings. You should do the same. And over here, let's paste our code. So we have the first name, last name separately and then together as well. So once you run the code, you'll see that it's printing the full name as John Doe with a space. So now if I had, say, for example, a middle name, which is John, instead of a middle name, we can even do a middle initial. So middle initial. And let's say it's John M. Doe. So the initial is M. So where after the first name, we can do a space followed by the middle initial followed by another space. So this is how you would modify your code to do that. So we need two plus signs. Over here, I'm gonna do the middle initial. And over here, I'm gonna do the space. So now if you see, if I run the same code, I did not change anything over here in the last line. And when you run it, you'll see that now the full name is John M. Doe. So it's very simple and intuitive when you have to modify an existing code once you know how to run code. We'll go back to the ChatGPT window. So I'm just going to walk through some of the examples it has given us over here. So it's showing us how to slice a string, which is basically cutting the string into half or into different words. So this is also very helpful where it gives you a comment about what the code is doing. So it says print first five characters, and then this is the actual command that will print the first five characters. Similarly, this command will print the last five characters or the last six characters. And then this command would print some characters from position 2 to position 8 onwards. So for example, let's say I didn't understand this code very well, right? If I wanted to ask a follow-up question, I would copy that code, just paste it over here. And at the bottom, I would say, I didn't understand this code. How does it work? Can you explain in more detail? Let's just say that. So now it's breaking down how string slicing works. And if you will go through all the text here and read, it'll basically tell you where the start index is, where the end index is, and what an index is. So look at this picture now. It's actually showing you all the different values of index. So the letter H in, I'm just going to stop its response for now. So the letter H in the word hello world is on position 0, letter E is on position 1, or if you read it from the negative side, it's on position -12 and -13 accordingly. And then it's like further breaking down and explaining each line of code to you. So I just abruptly paused it because it was still giving me a response. But you can definitely see from here that it can go into as much detail as you like for any of the given topics about string. But I would recommend you to like practice all the different exercises it's given over here and also ask for more exercise. So at the end of this, we can basically say, thanks. Can you give me some more practice exercise on the topic of string? So it'll give you some more programs that you can try, which involves reversing, extracting, and so on. And this can go on like as much as you like. You can keep on asking for more practice questions. And generally, if you log in, it'll remember what you have practiced so far. So it'll try to give you a different question as you go on asking for more practice. So that's the beauty of working with ChatGPT. It's almost like your personal tutor where they know what you've done so far and they know your progress. So that's all for today's video about learning how to practice strings in Python with ChatGPT, and I'll see you in the next one.